yeah, baby, we got a Primal Flame Bow. What's going on, champs and chambits? It's Fire Monkey here, and today we'll be talking about a leak that came out a little while ago, back in the V21.40 update regarding an upcoming searchable object, similar to, if we go back over here, the actual, oh god, I'm being shot at. Okay, you know what, hold on, don't shoot me yet. They're catching stuff on fire. Let's hope I can show it off. Similar to like this, you know, similar to ammo boxes and the little like food searchable thing over there, there's going to be a brand new searchable object releasing in the near future, so I'll be going over all that information for you guys in today's YouTube video. There we go. I was very scared that I was just going to die right away because of this bot right here, so thank God that we're still alive. But yeah, anyways, we're going to be talking about a leak that I had posted over on Twitter regarding a brand new searchable object called a Medbox. Similar to that of this searchable, you know, like little food storage container or this cooler over here, a Medbox is an upcoming searchable item on the Fortnite island. Currently, it is unreleased, you know, it's unfinished, all that type of stuff, so it's not set to release right now, and we don't even have it set up so they can hotfix it or anything yet. But it is an interesting concept that Epic Games might be bringing back. The reason I say bringing back is because this isn't the first time that this Medbox had actually been worked on, because when researching this brand new, you know, Medbox item Epic Games was messing around with, I managed to find out that whatever this upcoming, you know, searchable object is, was worked on all the way back originally in Chapter 1 of Fortnite. That's right, before we even had ice coolers on the map, before we even had food or anything on the map, Epic Games was working on this Medbox consumable item, well, I guess, you know, searchable item, I should say, that was going to have a lot of stuff it could drop. So a lot of the drops I mentioned in today's YouTube video might be old stuff that, you know, doesn't really matter anymore. Just keep that in mind as we go through all of this information. So firstly, a Medbox is going to be an interactable object, as you probably already heard me say like a million times now, and it's going to be something that you'll most likely find in buildings. Maybe it's like a hospital or something like that. Like, let's say I walk over here. You guys remember like the jetpacks you're able to grab from the actual blimps and they were hanging on the wall? Imagine that. You walk over here, there's a Medbox, you search it, and then out comes some free items. This obviously is going to relate to only healing items, so you wouldn't be able to find stuff like, you know, weapons or anything in there, but you would be able to find a few certain items. You would be able to find the campfire trap. I assume that this is, you know, some of their older loot tables and stuff, because a lot of this stuff is stuff we haven't seen in ages. You'd be able to find chug splashes, slurp juices, chug jugs, bandages, medkits, small shields, and big shields. Now, it doesn't have any of like the food consumables or anything in there, but it does have, you know, a decent amount of stuff. It was like all the shield healing items and all the actual main normal healing items, except for like guzzle juice and that type of stuff, were all included in here. Now, I highly expect that, you know, Epic Games might be updating this over time, and they might replace the old loot table, because I feel that some of this is old information, you know, like the loot table, what you could get, and I feel that they're going to be changing it up to actually include what the new stuff that you could get is. Because what I realized here is that once I went through and found, you know, the loot table with all the chug jugs and all that type of stuff, that had been updated a long time ago, all the way back in Chapter 1. Meanwhile, the actual Medbox item itself that we're going to be seeing in the near future, hopefully, unless Epic Games scraps it as they do with some items, has been updated as late as Chapter 3 Season 3, the one we're currently in, all the way back to 2 to 3 updates ago. So they are potentially revisiting this concept from ages ago and potentially reviving it, you know, just being like, hey, we're bringing this back. We decided that this could be good for the current, you know, Fortnite mechanics or whatever, due to just how the situation is with all these different like healable items and whatnot just exist in Fortnite now. So I would say that, you know, keep your eyes peeled for any updates when it comes to the loot pool in general, especially with Medboxes, but as of right now, it seems that this is mainly an older concept that Epic Games is just planning to overall revisit and potentially bring back to the Fortnite island. As a little side thing to show this off to you guys, I went ahead and made a little example in creative mode using the actual prop mover like toolbox type thing. So what I thought of whenever I hear about this Medbox item Epic Games is working on is something like this, where you'll be running around into, you know, around a building or whatever, you would interact with it. Obviously this right now would just give me a medkit, but you would interact with it. Once you open it up, it would drop down all those items that I talked about in this video. So yeah, this is just kind of an example of how I personally envision this working, and hopefully it gives you guys a better idea of how this might work when it's fully implemented into the game. And honestly, if you really think about it, it's like there's only so much that they can do when it comes to brand new items and stuff on this game, because a lot of the cool stuff that everyone really enjoys, like, you know, the Spider-Man grapple gloves or whatever, you know, the web shooters, a lot of those end up being collab items. Everyone's like, oh yeah, we love these, and Epic Games ends up having to make their own Fortnite original version. In this case, you know, Spider-Man's web shooters became grapple gloves in order for the community to keep an item that they wanted to keep in the game due to how fun it might have been or something along those lines. And I could just see, you know, med boxes being scattered around the Fortnite Island being a nice little addition, because think about it like this. You open up a chest and you get a higher chance of getting a weapon, and they lower the chance of finding like hillable items or whatever there, but they up the chances massively of finding, you know, these brand new med boxes around in different buildings and stuff, incentivizing players to actually search inside of buildings in order to find med boxes to gain and, you know, stock up on hills, because the healing item in general could become, you know, a rarer thing on the island. I know that's interesting to say because we already have like a lot of sources to get hillable items from. You can find them from fishing, you can find them from like food boxes or whatever you want to call them, you can find them on the ground, you can find them in chests, you can find them basically everywhere, and having it in med boxes could just allow them to, you know, update how the whole entire looting system works, changing it so some places might have it and other places don't. So I am intrigued. In the comments down below, do you think Epic Games is going to bring back this med box item that they worked on a long time ago? Because it has been getting updated recently, as I already mentioned, but if they do bring it back, what do you think they might do to tinker it around and make sure that it's something that, you know, the player base on Fortnite actually finds as something they want to, you know, run to, use, or whatever else? But overall, it's just an interesting concept that, you know, I'm excited to see potentially come to the game, because it's just going to add overall more variety and more possibilities to what you can do. Because if you really think about it, right, if you really think about what's going on here, whenever it comes to med boxes or whatever, it just, all it does by adding this, right, all it does by adding a med box and potentially unvaulting some older items like chug jugs or whatever, is it makes it so people have more opportunities to go in a room and be like, oh, I found this really cool item that, you know, I'm really happy to have, because it's going to make my time playing a battle royale match a lot easier. Other than this, I don't really have anything else to add about this. You know, I don't want to draw out the video to be like some 8-minute long compilation of me just playing the game, trying to get that extra ad revenue or anything. So hopefully, you know, you guys enjoyed the video and you got some theories running in the back of your minds regarding the upcoming med box item. And, you know, maybe it's going to end up getting scrapped. We really don't know yet. But hopefully it was able to, you know, entertain you guys, get you guys prepared for whatever happens in Chapter 3, Season 4. And with that said, I'll see you champs and champettes tomorrow with another video. Peace out.